Hello and welcome back to my channel, Designs by Dana. I'm Dana and I'm also close to my heart maker. And today I'm working on day 15 of Christy's Beautiful Life 30-day sketch challenge for June. I've skipped day 14 because I got behind and I've jumped to day 15. I'll try to go back and do day 14 later, but for day 15, this sketch is created by Rebecca. I'm going to say Verbanac is how that name is pronounced. V-R-B-A-N-A-C. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But here is the sketch. I'm going to bring in my photo. Right off the bat, you'll notice I'm going to make some alterations to this sketch. So I thought this was a real fun spirited sketch, and I only have this one photo of my great nephew at I think a theme park here. I pulled this down off of Facebook and thought it was just an adorable photo of him, and the paper packet that I've selected, it's called Hey Handsome. It's going to match the oranges and the theme of this really well. And I thought it would fit with this sketch, but I just have the one photo. So a lot of the photos I get, I do pull down from Facebook. So doing the single page layouts really works well for me. I used to only do 2 pages. And in the last couple of years, I've started doing single pages, and I'm really liking being able to do single pages. So I'm going to pull in my bingo card, and if you've watched any of my videos this month, you know I'm kind of working through just a fun bingo. It doesn't mean anything. I've got a little embellishment thrown in there, but this is just a little fun challenge for myself, and it's got different techniques and embellishment things on here that I'm trying to use up and add. So I pulled out stars for today's layout. So we'll see, and actually this is perfect because I plan to incorporate a star stencil in this layout. So this is excellent that I've drawn that one. So I know I will incorporate that for today. So let me get this out of the way and pull in my supplies and we'll get started. Okay, although I'm using the Hey Handsome paper packet, I brought in a piece of linen cardstock, and since I wanted to incorporate stars, I'm bringing in my star stencil, and I'm going to try an experiment, and I'm going to use 2 different colors. So I bring in my Paprika and my Harbour, and I sped this up quite a bit because it takes a while for me to get all of the stenciling done. So I start with the Paprika, and my idea is to do some 2-tone stenciling for the stars. And in doing this, I realized that my blending brush is a little bit large for some of these small stencil stars. So I'm going to have to find a smaller brush for each color. But I'm working my way through these, and I'm trying to get, especially on the bigger stars, just about half of the star colored, and then I want to come back with the Harbour ink and color the other part of the star. So I'm working through these, and then as I do that, I'm going to pause and grab a smaller brush and then come back in, and that helps me get into some of those tinier spots in the stencil. So you'll see that I've got some of those are darker, some of them are lighter, and it's interesting from this view of the voiceover and looking at the camera shot. It looks like a bunch of blob inks, but it does look a lot cooler once we lift this up. You'll see how neat this does look. And so I'm going to switch over to the Harbour here in a minute, and I don't get much of the Harbour on camera because I do have to stop and find a smaller blending brush for the Harbour, but you will see a little bit of that, and then I'll get a smaller blending brush and do the rest of that off camera, and then we'll come in and show you what the end result looks like. And I wasn't real sure about it, but it did kind of grow on me in the end, but I kind of did like the 2-tone look. So here we are, and I've pulled that off, and down here in the lower left I noticed that I don't have as much blue in the Harbour, so I'm going to put my stencil back on and just add a little bit more Harbour down here in the corner. A lot of that center part is going to be covered by our pattern papers, so I want a little bit more Harbour down here, and so I'm just going to touch that up a little bit, and then we'll be ready to start our dry fit. So let me get that stencil out of the way, and we'll bring in our pattern papers. Now again, these are papers from the Hey Handsome paper pack, which is an adorable little masculine set. So this doesn't actually use a lot of paper, but again, I'm inspired by my sketch. So I have these 4 squares and they are cut at 3.5 by 3.5 inch squares. And as I'm laying them out, I'm realizing that the illusion that this is creating for me really looks like it's one strip going across each direction because the center is going to be covered by my photo. And then I wanted to add just a little bit more of the pattern paper in the pack. So I'm adding these little triangles in each of the 4 sides of my photo. And then I realized it looks like it's just one piece of pattern paper underneath there. So I really like that look. So I have that glued down, and now it's time for my favorite part, which is embellishing. So one thing I noticed here is there's some hair in the picture, and so a fun little hack for that is to cover up those not embellishments, but imperfections in your photos with embellishments. So I brought in that little sticker and I just covered that up. So I've got some sticker pieces here that I plan to use. So I've got the word funny and the word tough. So I'm thinking tough and funny. Now I wanted this so handsome on here, and I wanted to experiment with a little hack. So I put my tape on top of the words because these are little like tiles. And then I'm going to lift that up so it's all one piece, I'm hoping, onto the tape. And then, of course, because I like to pop everything up, I'm going to run my foam tape across those letters, lift my tape up, and now I have one embellishment piece that I can pop up onto my page. So I'm going to repeat that process with the word so. And this ended up being such an easy way to do this rather than trying to do them individually and get them lined up straight. And now, of course, if you want them separated and spaced out on your project, of course, you'd want to do them individually. But I kind of liked them all together, and this worked out perfectly. So there's a little hack for you if this is something that you want to do them all together. So I can just plop them down all as one piece, and it worked so easy and so perfectly. So there's a couple more stickers on here. I want to pull in this little arrow and a couple more things. And then I have a few more that I've already pre-mounted onto the foam tape over here. I thought these little pennants would be really cute to stick out from the side of the photo. And I can come back and add a little bit of journaling to those about the date and where they were and some details that I don't currently have. So I will do that at a later time, but those will make little good journaling spots there. This is a little, I think it says awesome sticker there. Kind of audition that around and see where I like it. And then I have the Hey Handsome coordinating acrylic shapes. So since my focus on this layout was stars, I'm going to pull out some of these bigger shapes that are really cute, but I have some other ideas on projects I want to use them for anyway. And I'm really just going to focus on the stars to embellish around this particular page. So I'm going to audition those around here, lay them out in the clusters that I've already built with my stickers, use them to just enhance my current clusters, and kind of play around with some of them. You'll see some of them are solid, some of them are outlined. And once I get those auditioned out, I'm going to bring in my liquid glue to glue those down. I'll glue those down off camera, and that's really going to wrap everything up for this particular layout. Okay, everything is finished here, and I'm going to bring in my sketch for comparison. To hold that down, my ceiling fan is on. So I held basic true to this 4 square idea, but everything else is pretty different. I changed from 3 photos to 1 photo and add lots of embellishing around, but I didn't do these. I think they're intended to be maybe ink splotches, but I did pull in my stars from my bingo card. So let's bring in the bingo, and I get to mark off another item there. Happy about that. So working away the bingo, and I really like how my stars turned out and incorporated that into the background. And these pennants here, I'm going to get some more details on the pictures and add some journaling there for the who, what, where, when details. So as you know, I like to add lots of dimensions, so you can see how many of these things are popped up. And hope you like that little hack there for the stickers. And if you like that, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for additional notifications. And we will be back again tomorrow with another video and working through the rest of the month. Thank you so much for your time and watching my videos this month and continuing to support the channel. And we'll see you soon. Thank you.